Hello, it's Common. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Now, I heard President Trump talk about he wants to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. Now, I don't agree with most things Trump does or says, but I'm on board with this one. I like to see more Americans get jobs. That's good for the economy, that's good for the people. I'm all about doing that. But in the process of bringing more jobs back here, I know he was talking about creating some rare earth factories that might mine aluminum and copper and all that. I think that is great. Not a problem with it. But we're going to have to run some numbers. And you can do a Google search on this if you like. Like I told you, I've run businesses before. You got to do the math. Definitely on this scale. We have 211 million Americans of the working age between 15 and 64. So that's 211 million. The unemployment rate at this current time is 4.1%, which is a low number. Obviously, the number might change since Trump got rid of a lot of people that work for the federal workforce. So they're probably going to be going in the unemployment lines. And maybe not, because there are a lot of these cases, like I talked in a previous video, these people have lawsuits, and a lot of them are getting their jobs back. But that leaves a little over 8 million people that are officially considered unemployed. That's a very low number. 8 million out of 211 million. So you're going to bring all these jobs back. Car manufacturing. You're going to start mining copper and coal. And he was talking about, Apple is going to build this new factory, and it's going to be like $500 million they're investing and doing things like this. Where do you think you're going to get the rest of these people from? 8 million people for a country this size, that's not a huge number. And if you're going to bring back jobs that, a factory might require 1,000 people to work there, 1,500 people, 5,000 people, 500 people. I'm going to tell you right now, guess what's going to happen? America is going to run out of people to do these jobs. And we are an aging out country. If you heard what I said, the average working age is 15 to 64. If you're at 64, you're close to retirement age if you're not thinking about retiring. So you got a couple years to go. So that's going to be less people in the workforce, unless you're going to be a working retired person, which I plan on doing. I don't plan on retiring at all. I will keep a job till the day I die. But those that do decide they want to retire, you're going to have that option. So that takes that off the table. Then on the other end, the 15-year-olds, are you really going to send them? Wait a minute, this is America. Are you really going to send these people in the mines to dig copper out and aluminum and work the machinery? No. The 15-year-olds are more likely going to be working at McDonald's, Burger King, your local grocery store. So that cuts that number down. So where the hell are you going to get all these people? Oh, wait a minute. You're going to need more immigrants to come back into this country, because you're not going to have enough bodies to complete all the work. You're going to need people to build these factories, right? You're going to need these people to run these factories, right? You're going to need people to work the equipment, fix the equipment. You're going to need people in HR. You might need a sales rep, depending upon what you do, or a bunch of sales reps. You're gonna need a bunch of employees. The numbers aren't there to bring all this business back. Do I think it's great? Yes, and I think it's great because guess what? Over COVID, they had bidding wars for people. That was the first time the American worker actually had the upper hand on the boss man. The company that I work for, we had people jumping ship left and right because other companies were trying to purge them off of our payroll to go into their payroll. And we had a lot of people jump ship. I got a huge raise over that particular time because they didn't want me to leave. And a group of other people, there were some people that didn't care about it. Oh, you're gone, you're gone. We're not really going to offer you anything. But a lot of people left. So that could be a good thing. You got a little more than 8 million people to choose from. And guess what? Not all those people are going to be educated. There's going to be some people that lack it. Are you going to offer training to these people to do these jobs? As Elon Musk once said, and Vivek Ramaswamy, Americans are lazy. They'd rather watch a football game than read a book. So if these are the people that you're going to rely on to fill these positions, guess what? If you think they're not as intelligent, they're not willing to put the work in, they're not willing to read a book and learn something, what are you going to have to do? Bring immigrants right back in, because that's the only way you're going to fill these positions. There are a lot of countries around the world that have the same problem the U.S. does. It's an aging population. People here just aren't having kids. And I'm not talking poor people, and I'm not trying to shit on any poor people. Poor people have a tendency to have the most kids. The people that have a little more education in this country have the least amount of kids. You know, so it sort of balances itself out, but you're not going to have the workers, so you're going to have to bring workers in. You could have a bidding war, you know, for employees. It's like, okay, this company down the street's offering me 20. Well, how about if we give you 25? Okay, this company's 25. Well, how about if we give you 30? And then once again, American labor is not cheap enough. People go to Walmart all the time. I go there frequently to buy groceries. Sometimes I go through certain aisles. I might see a t-shirt for $5. Guess what? That t-shirt for $5 isn't made by Americans. That's made by the Chinese. Now, I understand the tariff. Okay, we put a 50%, 100% tariff on China. That $5 t-shirt is now $10. But guess what? An American, to do that work, they're probably going to want $20 an hour. So that t-shirt that you can still get cheaper from China for $10, even if you raise the tariff 100%, the American can produce it, say, for $20. So that puts you back in. This thing is a double-edged sword. Everybody in America likes cheap products. Our country is too expensive as it is. If you've never traveled outside the U.S., I recommend you do. You will find out a lot of things. Food is much cheaper. Medication is much cheaper. Access to doctors are easier. The healthcare costs are less. Your car costs are less. Your insurance is less. It's just so much. You know, but I do like this country. And I've thought about moving out because of those particular reasons. Because it is cheaper to live abroad. I don't know if any of you travel to Mexico. Stay here in the U.S., take your family. They have a place not too far from where I live. It's called Ocean City, Maryland. They call it the Redneck Riviera. And I have some friends that go there. They take their family. You know, it might be $5,000 for a week. And they got to bring their own food. They got to bring their own drink. You know, they're supplying everything. Mexico, most of the times you go, it's all inclusive. You get airfare included. You get a hotel room included. Your liquor's included, and our dollar's worth so much more than theirs, it's cheaper to go there than it is to stay here. So what I'm trying to say is, this is a good thing to bring jobs back. I think that's great. The bad thing is, we don't have enough people to do the jobs. And then on top of that, once you get the people to do the job, what do you think that's going to do for the price? Now, we all know iPhones are made in China, right? The Chinese labor rate is fairly cheap compared to our labor rate. And that new iPhone 16 Pro Max you want to buy is $1,100 right now. You go, $1,100? That's a lot of money for a phone. $1,100. But guess what's going to happen once an American makes it? That phone's going to be $1,900, $2,000. Now, if the wages go up, that would be a good thing because now you can afford that phone. But the phone's going to go up in price. And guess what's not going to happen? Apple's not going to like that. And some of these other companies, because guess what? It's going to cut in their profit. Because if the rates of pay don't go up, guess what's going to happen? That $1,900 phone is going to sit there and sit there and sit there because the average American says, I'm making $20 an hour. I got rent to pay. I got a mortgage if I have that. I got a car. I got gas. I got insurance. I got all these other things that I need to pay. That phone, I'll let my phone, I'll run it till it dies. Like me, when I was a younger man, I used to buy a brand new car every year. I did it for years and years and years. Dumbest thing I ever did. Cars are not an investment at all. They are liabilities. You do need them to get you back and forth to work, your doctor's appointment, grocery store, taking your kids places. I get it. It's needed. But now I buy cars and I run them into the ground. I don't do that. I like having that 4 or 5 years extra, no car payments. Cheaper insurance. If you get a good car like a Honda or a Toyota, maintenance not going to be too bad. Now, don't buy yourself a Mercedes or BMW because you're just shitting that money away. And I've had those cars. Money pits. Definitely money pits. But you buy something decent. But that's what I mean. It's a double-edged sword. I'm making this video a little longer than what I typically do. But there's not going to be enough people. The labor rates, obviously, you might have a bidding war. If you don't have a bidding war, you're going to bring immigrants in anyways and have them work for less than what the American worker will work for so you can keep that, the cost of that item down. That $20 t-shirt that I was talking to you about, maybe if I get some immigrants that come in that I can pay $8 an hour to, $9 an hour to, I can maybe, and no benefits. I don't have to offer them health care. Guess what? Now I might be able to sell that t-shirt for $12, maybe $2 more than what the Chinese are doing it for. But I can say, hey, you're supporting America and you're supporting Americans. And I go, okay, I'll spend the extra $2. No big deal. That's not going to hurt anybody. But now when it's $10 and $15 and your budget's tight, that's going to hurt. So with Trump bringing these jobs in, and if he does it, because he says a lot of things and he doesn't back things up. But needless to say, if he does do this, just be careful what you wish for. Because those white people out there that wanted these immigrants gone, they're going to have to bring more immigrants back to help do these jobs. And like I said before, if you check out these aging out countries like Italy and Greece, they're willing to pay people to move there. They'll give you a little stipend for a little bit. They'll help you with housing because they have an aging population and they need workers. And we're going to be in the same boat. So do we want to get in a bidding war with Greece, Italy for workers? Because we don't have enough here for all these jobs that are going to come back. Be careful what you wish for. Sometimes it's good. And sometimes you got to thank God for unanswered prayers. And on that note, learn more so you can do better.